Wishing you a happy new year from Deep Think with Anurag. May this year bring you clarity, growth, and the courage to embrace what truly matters. Thank you for being part of this journey. Let's keep reflecting, exploring, and thriving together. Here's to a year of deeper thinking and purposeful living.
Ever feel like your big dreams are too far out of reach? Like you are standing at the foot of the mountain, staring at the summit, and wondering how you will ever get there? Maybe you want to launch a business, get fit, or finally write that book. But each time you take a step, the peak feels just as distant. What if I told you the secret of achieving that summit isn't in giant leaps, but in the tiny, almost invisible steps? Small wins that, when harnessed, create unstoppable moments. Welcome to Deep Think with Anurag, where we explore the intricacies of life and thought, delving deep into topic that matters. Today, we are unlocking the magic of small wins, those tiny, often overlooked victories that transform your progress and help you conquer even the most ambitious goal. In this podcast today, you will learn why small wins are more powerful than they seem, how to recognize them, and how to use them to build motivation, confidence, and consistency. So let's understand the problem. Problem is why we get stuck on big goals. So we live in a culture that celebrates big achievements. We see grand success stories on social media, people flaunting milestones, running marathons, landing dream jobs, hitting six-figure incomes. And while these achievements are inspiring, they can also create an unrealistic standard. The focus on big results can make our own progress feel inadequate. Think about it. You set a goal to run 10 kilometers, but after 3 days of jogging for 15 minutes, you feel like you are not getting anywhere. So you lose the motivation and you quit. Or maybe you are trying to save money, but after putting away just a few hundred rupees, the thought of saving million feels impossible. Understand this. We often get trapped in all or nothing mindset. If we can't achieve the whole goal now, we feel like we are failing. But what if there is another way to measure the progress? So let's talk about the inside, the psychology of small wins. Here is where the concept of small win comes in. Psychologists like Dr. Teresa Amabel of Harvard have studied this extensively. Her research shows that achieving small, incremental victories boost motivation and foster a positive mindset. Why? Because our brains are wired to love progress. Each small win triggers the burst of dopamine, a feel good neurotransmitter that fuels our desire to keep going. Let's break this down with a metaphor. Imagine pushing a giant snowball. At first, it's small, barely moving, but with each push, it gathers more snow, grows bigger, and gains momentum. Suddenly, it's rolling with ease. Small wins are those initial pushes, each one building on the last until progress becomes natural, even inevitable. Let me share a story. A friend of mine, Priya, always wanted to write a novel. For years, she kept putting it off because the idea of writing 300 pages seemed overwhelming. Then one day, she decided to write one paragraph a day. That's it. Some days she wrote a little more. Some days just a few sentences, but after 3 months, she realized that she had over 60 pages done. What started as a tiny commitment snowballed into a finished manuscript a year later. The key wasn't forcing herself to complete huge chunks of work. It was embracing the power of small and consistent wins. So now the question is how to harness small wins. So how can you use small wins to achieve your goal? Here are 3 practical steps. Number 1, break it down. Take your big goal and break it into bite-sized tasks. If you want to read 50 books a year, focus on reading 10 pages a day. If you want to get fit, commit a 10-minute workout instead of a 1-hour session. Number 2, track and celebrate. Keep a journal or progress tracker. Each time you achieve a small win, like finishing a workout or saving a little money, mark it down. Celebrating these wins reinforces progress. Your brain registers these as a proof of success. Number 3, create a chain of success. Author James Clear talk about the idea of don't break the chain. When you achieve a small win, aim to do it again the next day. Even if it is minimal, the consistency builds momentum. Now think about a goal you have been putting off. What's the one step you can take today? Maybe it's writing one sentence, organizing one drawer, or meditating for 2 minutes. Remember, each small win is a brick laid to the path to your goal. Over time, these bricks form a bridge that takes you from where you are to where you want to be. Big goals are daunting, but small wins make them achievable. Start tiny, stay consistent, and watch your progress compound. If this episode gave you the new way to think about your goals, make sure to follow Deep Think with Anurag for more insights that help you grow and thrive. And remember, the summit isn't as far as it seems, especially when you are taking small steps every day. Thank you for listening, and until next time, keep thinking deep and winning small.